Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a message strictly for the youth. You know, as I say that, it's not strictly for the youth, it's for everyone, but I'm projecting it straight to the youth. Specifically ages 10 to 18, all the way to age 25, honestly, 10 to 25. And I know you're saying, well, they're not youth if their age is 18 to 25, and that's the point of my video. Guys, if you're 18, you're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, even 25, guys, don't get it in our minds. We can't get it in our minds that we're grown just because we graduate high school, or just because we graduate a grade, or just because we're going to college. And now things that seem like it's what adults do, we consider ourselves adults. What am I saying to you guys? What I'm saying is, when you step out on your own, or shall I say, when you get a little more freedom to do things on your own, that does not mean that you're an adult. That does not mean you're grown. Let's say what grown is. Grown is being responsible. Grown is prioritizing, being financially stable. Grown is being a stand-up person, doing what's right. Grown is having integrity. Grown is standing up, standing firm in what you believe in. Peer pressure doesn't affect you. Grown is putting away childish things such as games, whether it's a video game or playing the games of the world. Grown is no drugs and alcohol. You're handling business. You're building a family. You're creating. You're building new things, new businesses. That is what grown is. And I have to give this message because I've thought the same things. Mine started early. When 13, 14, I was grown. I would hop in my mother's car and just drive without any permission. I would go out with my friends, stay late at night. Mother called, not answering the phone. Stay out over my friend's house. I consider myself being grown when I had my first cell phone at the age of 14, 15, whatever the number was. The fact is, I was still young. I was still a youth. The world is setting it up to make us think that we're adults when we don't have enough knowledge to consider ourselves that, unless you are being taught rightfully by your mother or father the right ways of being an adult and being grown. If the things I've spoken to you early in this video has rendered in your mind of what you've been taught and what you've been groomed for, then possibly you may reach the level of adulthood faster than the next person. But the point is, age is just a number. Finishing high school is just you finish high school. There's still levels that you need to gain. This life has levels to it. And this world that we're in is attempting to distract you and deceive you in any type of way to keep you from fulfilling your obligations, fulfilling your goals, and getting to the place that you were meant to be. Being a person who you were born to be. That's why drugs are in the mix. That's why guns are in the mix. That's why girls are in the mix. That's why all these different things, they are to be distractions to you. To the point where you think that to the point that you think that is life. Out partying, out having fun on the regular, drinking, drugging, having sex with women, having sex with men for far as women goes. To the point where this is pushed in your face, and it's pushed early. It's pushed early nowadays in middle school, starting in middle school. And it can be pushed earlier if you have a family that really isn't practicing the ways of God, who isn't building men and women up to walk in the ways of God. It can start as early as preschool. As I think deeper, it can start as early as coming out your mother's womb and being taught these ways, the feeling, the energy of it. And as you grow, man, this stuff is deep, guys. A lot of the ways that we have in ourselves, a lot of the things we do, the mindsets we have started when we came out of our mother's womb. Some of our relatives, our parents, friends, they bought into the world. They bought into the evil side of life, the darkness, and they think that this is what life is. And then therefore we bought into it because that's all we have to learn from, without seeing what the real truth is, what life is really about. And by the time we get there to an older age, a lot of people fell victim and woken up to this and realized they were under hypnosis the entire time. And once they got to an older age where they were actually able to see over the hill, they realized they have been deceived. This message here is to keep you from being deceived. This message here is to keep you on the right path, to prioritize what is important, and to let you know everything else is just a distraction to keep you from being who God created you to be. And that's a successful, a stand-up person, full of love, understanding of others, that we're all in the same boat, being inflicted with the same evil. And the moment that we think we're better than the next person, the moment that we get on down the road and forget where we came from, or the rest of everyone else that was with us that didn't make it for whatever reasons, whatever shortcomings they had, and we didn't hand that message back off that was given us to move forward. As the moment reality will hit us. Life works that way, guys. So to the youth, stay in your place. To the youth, stay calm. To the youth, you're going to learn, you've probably already learned a lot of things that really is nothing but worldly. That really all you feel is pain and struggle, and you have questions. You want to know, why is this? Why is that? And it seems like people are lying to you. Seems like your family don't know the truth. Seems like I'm telling you what the deal is. You gotta go to God. You have to go to God. The Bible, they wrote the Bible to keep us from these exact situations that we're in, that we see on a daily basis. And we gotta get away from it, guys. A lot of the things that are in the world that we see today was in the world thousands of years ago. All it's doing is repeating itself and it's becoming modernized. But do your research and see it's the same. It was meant to destroy us as a people, and still today is meant to distract you and destroy you still. It's meant to control you. It's meant to keep you at a level of no competition, of no threat, of no success, of not fulfilling your full potential. Guys, the whole reason for me giving these messages and being here with you through this journey, because I'm on the journey too, and I practice what I preach. And the main reason of this is because I've been distracted, and I know you're distracted. I know you're distracted. Your priorities, what you put first, tells me you're distracted. You put a game over the well-being of yourself. You choose to drink and drug, harming yourself, opposed to going to drink water or reading a book. I understand that this is what society pushes. I fell victim to it as well. But my point is, we have to wake up and you have to steer away from these ways that are meant to kill you off. You have seen people in your life that have fell victim to these different things. Do not fool yourself for 1 minute to think, I can try it and get out of it. If you try, you're in it. And every chance that you're in it, every second that you're in it, that's every second you have to fall victim to it. The point is, stay away from it, period. Don't think that when you graduate 5th grade or you graduate 8th grade or you graduate 12th grade that you're now grown. Life is a marathon. It's not a quick fix. It's not a microwavable thing. It's not fast. Life is patience. You take time. There is a time for you to get to a place you need to get to. There is a time for it. I want you to understand that there is an order to life, and there is a time when you will get there, but you have to stay consistent. If you have a goal in your mind you want to reach, step by step, just keep going consistently and you will reach that goal. If you want to have a family, go to God and listen to his steps on how to obtain a family. What you need to have in place, and it's in order to doing that. If you want to be the best person you can be, go to God. He tells a man and a woman the steps in the correct order to go about these things so they can be the ultimate man and woman that he designed them to be. That's where you go to get your information on a human being, on a man or a woman. You don't go to the world. All that you're doing is just like Halloween when you go to the world. It's superficial. You're dressing up. You're putting on a personality that's meant to entertain you. Whether you're being a boxer, whether you're dressing up and you're playing a role. No, you need to be yourself. A pimp or a player is a role. No, you need to be yourself. Who are you? Who are you really? Are you loving in your heart? Do you really care about people? Do you have people in your life that are placing peer pressure on you? All these things you have to think about, all these things you have to stay away from, because ultimately it's evil knocking at your door trying to distract you, trying to get a hold of you so it can control you and keep you from your destiny, your goals in life of being great, being successful, having a wife, having a husband, having kids, having a home, being a productive person in life. God shows the way. God shows the way that everyone wants to go. But we've all been shown the dark side, and we all are fooled to that way. As I sit here and talk about that, I think about back in the 90s when the show Power Rangers. A lot of you guys may not remember this, but Power Rangers, they actually came out with a Power Rangers movie. And it was this one villain they had. It called himself, I think, Mr. Goo or something like that. Everything about him, it was gooey. It was goo. Everything he touched, it became gooey. And what was happening was the goo was hypnotizing people. So he hypnotized the whole town of, I forget the town, it's called Ingle Grove or something like that. But he hypnotized the whole town, and he built this big workplace where they would come and work for him. He was building something to take over the world. And what he ended up doing was he hypnotized everybody to do his work, to do his will in life. That's the reality of this life we're in. All these things are distractions. All these things are keeping you from what God designed you to do as an individual. Everyone has their little individual busy work to do under God's will. That together, when it's put together, it's all for the same cause. So guys, you have to watch and be cautious of what you're running behind, what you're into. Because when you do this, you're under hypnosis. You're being distracted. Do you understand when you put drugs in your body, alcohol in your body, you are harming yourself? And because of that, that means you're under hypnosis. That means you're doing harm to yourself. So you should think closely about what you're doing. And understand that your mind just may be deceived or manipulated to think that what you're doing is good for you. Meaning if your mind thinks, hey, I'm doing it for the high, and your mind never thinks, man, you're actually harming yourself. The high is, you're only getting the high because you are harming yourself. You're killing yourself slowly. That's what the high is about. The high isn't about, man, this feels good, I enjoy it. See, that's what we're manipulated and deceived. We feel that and we think, oh, this is the feeling. And I get it. You want that peace. You want that joy. You want to get away from the stress and struggles of this world. You do that by God, not by running the drugs, not by running the women. Because women are looking at men to be the guys to stand firm and have integrity, to be the grown person so they can be helped. God shows that. God, a woman comes to man under our rule, so we can lead them in the ways of God. You don't go run to a woman because you're hurt. And women, you don't go run to a man because you hurt. And it's my message to the youth, guys. I'm going to cut it short right here today, but I just want you to know I love you guys. And I want nothing but the best for you. I literally do, man. I literally do. You know, these messages I give is to bring awareness, to create priority in your life. So the distractions that are out there, you will see for what it is. Stay away from it. Stay on that road that keeps you aware, that keeps you alert, that keeps understanding in your mind, that you can handle your business. Keep God first and complete your goals and get to where you need to get to. Guys, I love you. I'll see you later. Hey, and don't forget to embrace the struggle, because that's where the growth is. Later on.